Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Blizzcon 2018 Restream opening ceremony. Now we got about 4 minutes left, as you can see up there on the timer. I'll probably remove the chat when the actual event shows up, at least if there's anything cool to showcase. And we'll probably be talking about this a little bit when we get to Lore Week this week. We got to talk about that Nintendo Direct too, after all. Predictions. So here's the thing. In my mind, there's two ways to think of predictions. There's either what I think's going to actually happen and what I want to actually happen. Now, what I think's going to happen is nothing. There'll be a new Hearthstone expansion, which is just a bunch of cards, nothing actually interesting. There'll be probably some news about 8.1. They'll talk about WoW Classic. That's it, right? No real news, no interesting news. Waste of time. That's my prediction. What I want? Well, honestly, sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned for what I actually want. A new full-on expansion for D3 or D4. Maybe some niche Gaiden games for all of their franchises. An actual campaign mode for Overwatch. Actual campaign mode for Hearthstone, although at this point I don't even care because apparently Gwent's just doing that now. What else? Starcraft, like something more with Starcraft, that's been dead for a while. Like in order of preference, I'd probably say I want something for Starcraft most and something for Diablo second most. Because both IPs have basically been dead for years now. Which is A, kind of irritating for reasons I've already ranted at, but B, also means it's more likely we'll get something substantial for them. Granted, I've been predicting a Diablo announcement at BlizzCon for 3 years in a row, if we count this year. So I guess 2 years in a row, really. So we'll see. Otherwise, I don't expect much. I really don't. So what do we got here? Jaluda says mobile games. God, I hope not. I mean, safe money would say mobile games. I've already said it would be profitable, Sonic. I did a whole section of Lore Week about it. Whole section about it. By the way, welcome back, Cesara. Pico says we're going to get new WoW Classic servers 8.1 and something with Diablo is confirmed, which doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I've heard a lot of rumors about BlizzCon. I'm not buying any of them. But at the same time, if you've noticed... Wow, Markley. If you've noticed, Blizzard's taken a weird approach to leaks lately. Have you noticed this? Blizzard will, leaks will happen, and they'll acknowledge them, and they'll say, nope, none of those things are true. And then, some of those things were true. Have you noticed that? It's an interesting strategy to combat leaks. And I guess when you're that big of a company, it's about all you can do. So it's entirely possible that some of the things they have flat out said are not true are in fact true. This would not be the first time this happened with Blizzard. First Warcraft movie was financially successful, yes. Let's see what the coin says, just for fun. Okay, good information or bad information? Boop. The coin says negative. The coin predicts there will be nothing this year. Now we're down to a minute. We'll go ahead and tap the... How's the audio balance? I need to know how the audio balance is. Yeah, China helped out a lot. A lot of people tend to forget Warcraft made money over here, too. A lot of people forget that. You know what I predict? For the Horde. wait, sorry. For the Alliance. Wait, hang on. Here we go. This is what I predict right here. There we go. Sorry. No, you're right. Warcraft did not make all the money over here.
and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for.
This is just a generic opening.
A legendary weekend.
Although you notice they started with Diablo there.
So much stuff to cover.
Whoa, things just got real.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blizzcon love is in the air.
It's pretty cool.
I'm speechless.
Who's gonna take it all? That is the story of right now.
Ladies and gentlemen out there, are you ready for the grand finals?
Aaron DePaul is awesome, I agree.
Champion! World champion! Bro!
Yeah, this is all previous BlizzCons.
Be good to one another, have fun.
This is a video they had made weeks, if not months ago.
We come from China. From Stockholm, Sweden. Sydney, Australia. Huntsville, Alabama. France.
Make sure to buy that pass, guys.
There are no strangers at BlizzCon. Only friends you haven't met yet.
Ah, Rip Morhaime. You had no charisma, but at least you gave a goddamn.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the All Access channel for the epic event of the year, BlizzCon 2018. I'm Alex Albrecht, joined once again by Michelle Morrow and Malik Forte. We are coming to you live from the Anaheim Convention Center for the next 2 days to bring you all the big announcements, the developer panels, the talent and costume contest, and of course the closing night festivities, which this year, for the first time, is going to feature 3 different musical acts. They were like, let's put more stuff in.
They're like, let's give choice to people, which is really cool, actually. And we'll also be sitting down with some of your favorite Blizzard executives and developers to dig even deeper into what's coming up in the months ahead for every franchise in the Blizzard universe. And if you guys have a question for us or any of our guests, for the first time, you're going to be able to ask it in a different way than normal. More on that in just a little bit.
Indeed, indeed. And it wouldn't be BlizzCon without epic esports action. So I'll be following every tournament on every stage to bring you updates all weekend long. The All Access channel is truly your one-stop destination for the very best of BlizzCon. So stick with us, and you'll never miss a moment at all.
I can't wait for esports this year, man. There's
nice.
a lot going on.
A lot of stuff going on this year.
Indeed.
That's true. And before we kick things off, guys, we want to give a big BlizzCon welcome to all of our international fans who are tuning in from all over the world to be with us today. BlizzCon, it's truly become a global event, which is why we're now offering for the very first time ever translation in 7 different languages, because players from over, I think it's like 180 countries have been tuning in. We're hoping that even more come from last year.
Yeah, I'm just going to pre-apologize to all the people live translating whatever it is that I'm about to say.
He's a rap god.
I was like, this is not going to go well for
We're
anybody.
not
Good luck with that.
All right, we are obviously all thrilled to be back at BlizzCon once again. But if you think we're excited, check out the scenes just a few minutes ago when the doors flew open and thousands of Blizzard fans rushed into the Anaheim Convention Center.
Dude.
This was an epic year.
Dude.
Yeah, so many people just waiting outside.
This is it. They were waiting all year for this moment. And they finally unleashed the horde, literally and figuratively.
Wow, goodness gracious. I don't think I've seen a terrace that full, ever.
Ever.
Oh, no.
BlizzCon. It was crazy.
So everybody was like kept back and like waited.
I mean, look at
Shoulder to
this. It is
shoulder,
literally a sea of
Look at 'em.
humanity. All
And
trying to get in
everybody was
line
kind of
as fast as they
dispersed, went all
can.
over to the different
Dude.
stages this year. There's so many different places to watch this.
Indeed.
This place is
indeed.
huge.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's so much to see at BlizzCon. And to give you guys an idea, BlizzCon covers about 1.2 million square feet of space inside the Anaheim Convention
Crazy.
Center. That's 21 football fields.
That is
Ridiculous.
crazy.
And you know what? Let's actually take a look at how that is all laid out with our good BlizzCon.
Well, there's
Flyover
us
map.
right
We got
there.
this, we
Yes.
got this cool interactive map. There's the Mythic
Mythic
stage.
stage.
What's going on, Mythic stage?
What's up, you guys?
The World Championship Arena World Championships for WoW here, and also where the Mythic Dungeon Invitational
That's gonna
is
be nice.
happening.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Then we have the Heroes of the Storm, where the HGC finals are going to happen.
Yeah,
Very
that's
much
gonna
looking
be.
I
forward to
keep hearing people like get loud. How about the Starcraft II World Championship Series?
Yeah. And of course, the Big Daddy, Overwatch World Cup over in the arena.
My baby.
There's the Hearthstone Global Games is happening over at the Hearthstone area. And then, of course, they've got the Darkwind Fair, but this is where Epic Stage and Legendary Stage are going to be.
Right.
A lot of panels going on all
Pin
over this
collecting,
convention.
some voiceover stuff.
my
lots
face
of cool
painted
stuff
again.
I'm
Yeah?
telling you, you got to get your face painted again.
If I can, I'll definitely make it
Yeah,
happen.
bright wings.
Diva 76?
Yeah.
Diva 76 from last year, guys.
Involve it.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of the panels we're going to be showing you today, starting off with the Mythic stage.
I mean, first off, straight into Diablo, what's next?
Alex is very
Color this
excited.
Diablo fan,
Of course.
very excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alex has
that's
been
it.
waiting many BlizzCons for some big Diablo news, so he's really excited for that. I'm stoked about what's going on with World of Warcraft because I need some quality of life stuff in there.
Yeah,
I wanna
well,
know
and
about.
speaking of World of Warcraft, at Legendary panel at 2, we're seeing Voices of War, Horde versus Alliance.
yeah.
Alliance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at 4:15, we have the Battle for Azeroth cinematics. I'm looking forward to that as well.
How about the gear store? I want to know what's
Yes.
going on there. Can we just go shopping, please?
Over at the Epic panel, you know, one of the things that we've always talked about, our favorite things of all the Blizzard games, is the score.
How many of you guys have ever watched Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Sitting down and watching on the couch, you know what I
Eating
mean?
at home is the best.
So at 12:30, they're going to go behind
There's
Blizzard.
this guy named Worf. You may have heard of him.
Lots of really great
He has
stuff.
a saying, which is actually a really awesome saying.
Coverage of the content panel.
He says most people say a lot, or speak a lot, but say little.
Stopping by today, we got J.A.B.J.L. Brack.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hit
Who's
us up.
going to be the new president of Blizzard Entertainment coming by the
Yep.
Blizz Couch. And we just go after that. We've
Hi,
got
Espros, by the way.
Darren DePaul, who are hosting Community
Yeah,
Night
because the
this year.
community night is going to be.
Hi, Lusitanian.
So we're going to get some info on that, and then of course Ian Hazakosis. I mean, come on, let's just. If we could just
Big Daddy
grab him and have him
Yes.
tell us all the secrets about what's going on at WoW, that would be good for everybody, I think.
I'm looking forward to that very much.
Now that you know who's going to be stopping by, start to think about what you'd like us to ask them, because you'll have the opportunity to submit questions for all of our guests by tweeting them to us using the hashtag BlizzCon. And if you have any questions or comments for us, you can also use hashtag BlizzCon for that as well. Very social this year.
It is.
Very
It's
much.
very social. We're actually listening to everybody and be able to use your questions. And just a reminder, right now, you guys are watching.
Of course, they
our
won't actually answer any of the real questions, but you know how that goes.
Specific. So if you want to continue watching, you're going to have to get the BlizzCon virtual ticket, which is conveniently available on BlizzCon.com.
That's good. I'm glad
I
they
know,
put it
right?
there.
That's
That seems like where you would
for
put it.
But the virtual ticket purchase is going to unlock the whole
Oh,
BlizzCon
oh.
experience. So you'll have
Virtual
access
ticket.
to every stage and every panel here.
Virtual
in the
ticket.
Yeah, it's a
So you go
lot of
everywhere you
stuff.
want.
It's a lot of stuff.
Virtual
Also included with every virtual ticket purchase, bonus in-game items for every
Virtual, yeah! Look at this. You can get these things over there. You can get this thing. You can get this terrible thing. Check it out. Here's all this total lack of anything interesting. Isn't this great? You can get all this with the Blizzard virtual ticket. Think about it.
Yeah, it's
It's
huge.
a lot of content.
A ton of it.
But guys, there's one more perk we want to tell you guys about. This is
It's the Blizzard virtual ticket perk.
first time ever.
Good.
All virtual ticket holders will be able to play a BlizzCon demo from home.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, you can play WoW Classic for 1 hour, by the way. You get 1 hour playtime. That's how the demo works.
Later today on the show floor. That's
I want you to picture playing WoW Vanilla for 1 hour.
They kind of get a little bit sweeter. They don't have to wait around. They can just go
Yeah.
straight to the game.
Get right
Perfect.
back into the
Now with hair tonic.
And no matter how you guys want to experience BlizzCon, whether you're here with us today or you're watching from home, you're going to want to download
Well, I hope the move went well, Lusitanian. We have missed you around here. Well, I have. I don't know if those guys have.
And it's been completely revamped for BlizzCon 2018.
Oh my god. The BlizzCon app with the Blizzard virtual ticket.
so long. AirPlay
Yes.
and Chromecast, right?
Like, for those of you who haven't played WoW, who don't understand my sarcasm here, WoW Classic for an hour is nothing. Like, nowadays, you could probably at least get somewhere because of how quick our leveling is, but back in vanilla, you might get a couple levels out of that. Maybe.
Your own viewing experience. So
Yeah,
you can create
that's
your own
cool.
schedule so that way you get to see all the different panels that you want to see.
Yeah, it's really cool. People who are actually here can utilize it. If they're doing one thing like waiting in line for a game, they can watch panels and they can organize their
Absolutely.
schedule and stuff like that.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, I agree that a demo should be limited, Anthony. What I would do, I would limit it to a zone. Let them play forever, but link them in with a zone, right? Lock them into a zone. Bam.
And much more. So get it now wherever you download.
How hard is that?
Yeah, By the way,
1 hour is meaningless,
Pumping the tech this year.
pointless,
Tech big time.
purposeless, and frankly insulting.
For you watching at home, BlizzCon.
I was actually thinking about going ahead and trying out that demo. I really was. Just to poke at it. You know,
BlizzCon experience
1 hour
your living
is spitting in my
room.
face.
It's got free video, free videos and esports, but you want to make sure that you never miss a moment. Pick up the virtual ticket, upgrade your viewing experience with
Now,
more video
I suppose rather than the zone thing, if they upped it, you know, maybe 4 hours.
Here's all
I don't know.
the
I'd
way.
have to think about that.
They're
I
not-
mean,
the
it's
only
really-
one they're missing is like the Samsung TV.
I have to think
front.
about it.
You know what I mean?
You know, we're
Or like
really
the fridge.
The fridge, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
The fridge.
Well, I hope yours goes well too, Dream Whisperer. Lord knows I've moved a bunch of my life.
This is all access.
Kind of got it down to a pattern now.
Finally, yes.
Sure.
I love it.
Move it again next year, by the way.
Guys,
We'll look
on
forward to
the
that.
All Access
New
channel,
studio.
we're going to be having
Oh, All Access channel.
where all weekend long you guys are going to tell us what you think about BlizzCon on whatever social media platform you frequent the most. So first up, what are you most excited to see at this year's BlizzCon?
I'm
Here are the
excited to see how this
hashtags.
goes.
BlizzCon reveals, hashtag BlizzCon panels.
What do you guys think? Which one are you most excited to see? Reveals, panels, esports, or community night?
Hashtag community night. See if you're on Malik's team or
No, we're talking about it during next Lore Week, Lusitanian.
I feel like I've got to be
show,
reveals.
We're gonna reveal.
I feel like I've got to be BlizzCon reveals.
See, I've already said I don't think there's any substantial reveals, so I guess panels would be for me.
Stop making this
It's a lot of
hard.
love.
I'm not anticipating any reveals of significance.
Well, now it's
The
time
cynicism
for
core is
All
real.
Access roaming reporters who will be checking in from all over the show floor all this weekend. First up, let's head over to the Mythic stage where Anna Prosser is getting ready for the opening ceremonies with just a few thousand new friends. Anna, how's it going over there? You ready to get started?
Yes, I have so many friends. Guys, welcome to Mythic Stage. I
Ooh.
am so stoked to be here on the floor, ready to watch opening ceremonies. They're coming up in just moments, and of course, the excitement over here is palpable.
That guy's like, oh man, should I look at the camera?
Person,
Should I look at them? Who should I look at?
expecting, and I can't wait to see what Blizzard is going to show us. If BlizzCon is kind of our family reunion, and we're all sitting down at the table, this is where Blizzard here's going to be the topic of conversation. So I've just been chatting with some of my new friends. This is my new friend Pip. Pip, how are you doing today?
Good.
Love the
You look fantastic.
cosplay
Tell us
there.
about your getup.
What was that?
Tell us about your getup here. Tell us about your costume.
Well, I'm Diva.
Obviously, you look fantastic.
What was that?
You look fantastic.
Thank you. So do you.
Pull off your headset,
Where are you
dude.
coming from today?
If you can't hear.
I come from Orange County.
Awesome. Not too far to come. What are you most excited to see in opening ceremonies today?
I want to see Ajara.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And, no? Yes? Okay.
You guys want to see Ashara?
I think that these people are just so excited to watch opening ceremonies start. Yell as loud as you can. What is it that you're hoping to see today in opening ceremonies? Blizzard, you have heard the people speak. They want all of the things and more. I can't wait to see the reveals, and I am so excited to be here with you on All Access, roaming the floor this weekend. I'm going to see everything there is.
Oh, yeah,
to see,
sorry.
and I'm going to
All
see
Access.
behind-the-scenes content that you are hoping for from home. If you can't be here with us in person, we're going to miss you, but don't worry, we're going to be taking as good of care of you as we possibly can. Rachel and I are going to be here. You're going to meet her in just a second, but right now, all of these people are just waiting to see what we have in store for them, and me included. I personally am always looking forward to the things that I can't expect. So when someone asks me what I'm looking forward to, Michelle and Alex, I never know what to say because I'm just looking for more. Now, here we are in Mythic Stage, and if you are at home and you've never been here, I just want to tell you a little bit about what it's like to be here at BlizzCon. This Mythic Stage has so many people that it's just a sea of faces, and usually when you see a sea of faces, you see kind of something intimidating. But what I love about BlizzCon is seeing all of these faces that look open and ready and happy and excited to be friends. As we heard in some of those opening videos, and as you've heard many times, there are no strangers at BlizzCon, just friends you haven't met yet. And I have known that to be true so many times. As I sit down and strike up conversations about where people are from.
I'm sorry. That chick waving in the back. I'm sorry.
I always tell people that BlizzCon is one of my favorite conventions because not only is it something that we celebrate together, not only are we passionate about these games together, but it's something that we share in an attitude. It's something that we want to celebrate simply being together and being a family.
Now there's a whole line of people waving back there. Do you see that?
Here on the All Access channel, and that is such a privilege because I know that if you could be here, you would be here. We wish you were here, and we're going to hopefully make you feel like you are. So with that, Alex and Michelle at the desk, are you guys ready to take us back?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. First off,
Anna.
I love that they were prepared for all of the things.
All of them.
Yeah, they were like, all of the things,
What do you guys
please.
want? All of it.
All
Everything.
of the things. And I'll put Anna down for hashtag BlizzCon reveals.
That's right. That is
One
what
vote.
she is into that. But like Anna said, that she is not our only roving reporter.
No, I
today.
do not,
Let's head on
Zlartek.
over to the
I do
Overwatch
not, to be
arena
completely
where Rachel
honest.
Puerco, AKA Stelter,
I have no interest in Classic. Buckfugler, not really. I feel like I've answered that question a lot. There's nothing there for me.
We are on the payload. We have figured it out. This arena is hyped. And on the topic of friendship, I couldn't imagine a
At Seltzer, please.
ceremony
Okay.
over here. We got Golden Boy on the desk for the Overwatch World Cup. Longtime friend of mine.
Oh, I feel bad for her too, Octavian.
We got to see you host the Overwatch League.
She was
all
clearly
season
told
long.
to fill
Now
time
you're
there.
here for the Overwatch World Cup. I want to know, as an Overwatch fan, what's going to be the difference between what happened at the
Oh
league
yeah,
and what's
Magister.
happening here at the World Cup?
I've gotten that question at least 3 times a week for the last couple of months.
What up, Arena? Yeah. All right. Now that I got that out of the way, you know, I think the big difference here is that, you know, the Overwatch League, it's great competition. It's amazing to see some of the
This is
best
me
players
staring
in
at you,
the
Magister.
league. But I think what makes this so special is that this is a
You
celebration.
know, Overwatch was a game that I supported and liked and bought, and was so disappointing to me because it just wasn't for me. I just walked away from it. No, it would not, Zuler.
Maybe just, you know, cheer on whoever the heck you want to cheer on, because whatever.
Go Finland.
I'm not saying Overwatch needs to be for me. I'm just saying that it's not for me, so I stopped caring.
I think that's what makes it so special, and it's second to none in my opinion.
Well, Alex, if this is a celebration, oh, excuse me, one moment. USA, USA, USA. I just had to. I shouted out Team Finland, but you know I'm here for Team USA. They do a great job every year. They're out in force. And we talked about this being a celebration. You guys doing something fun today, tomorrow maybe?
You know, we thought a lot about how we wanted the desk to be this year. So it's going to be myself, Brand, Sideshow, and Reinforced.
I agree with Takoida. Overwatch has parts of an extremely good game in it.
What is it?
It really does.
ZP and Jake. How can I forget about Jake? The Jake Rat in the house. But as far as the desk is concerned, we're going to do some ridiculous things. It's going to be absurd. There might be some pyro. You know, and it's going to be great. Someone in the back actually is very, very mad that I just said that, but there will be no...
Oh yeah, by the way, just to get this out in front, there will be people who say I am too positive during this restream, and there will be people who say I'm too negative during this restream. Could you both groups just do me a favor and not bother telling me I'm too positive or too negative? I get a lot of that every day in my life. Can we just skip that this year? Please?
It's going to be great games, but you know what?
I am not too positive or too negative. I am very real, and I will give you my very honest, very real reaction to whatever they do, okay? If you are not here to see me be honest, you're probably on the wrong channel.
So easy a child could do it. Well, Alex, you can clearly rile the crowd here at the Overwatch Arena. I'm going to be popping in all weekend long to check
God damn it, people. I am not Switzerland.
So hopefully we can check back in with you later. But for now, Alex, Michelle, take it back.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Oh my God.
Oh, that's a cool statue. Did you see the Miss Proudmore statue there?
It's so much fun. Every single time he is on camera, I'm just like, thank you, Golden Boy.
I love that.
I suppose that's not an invalid argument, Blue Walrus.
Yeah, Overwatch League's great.
All right, guys, it is time to send it over to the Blizz Couch. That is right, the Blizz Couch is back, where Malik is standing by with Blizzard Global Esports Director Kim Fan for an esports preview.
Esports.
Very much, Alex. We're going to kick off this year with one of my favorite traditions of BlizzCon. I'm here with the Director of Global Esports at Blizzard, Kim Fan, because I'm a fan of you, of course.
Thank you very much.
Kim, thanks so much for joining us for our first esports update. I can't tell you how much I love sitting here and chatting esports with you every year. And
No, I don't have a timer. If I was to guess, I'd say 10 minutes from now, Roberto.
Thank you so much. I'm at BlizzCon as a mom this time, so super exciting. I wish I could bring him here, but he's only 2.5 months old.
You got some energy? You ready to do this?
I've had plenty of sleep last night.
All right, let's go ahead and dive straight in. We're going to go ahead and start off with the Overwatch World Cup. Have you gotten a chance to check out any of that?
I did, but you know, I think the appropriate person to give this update is you, Malik, because you were actually at 3 out of the 4 stops for the group stages.
Yes.
I heard you were in Korea, LA, and Paris.
Yeah.
I know you're excited about France versus Canada, but was there anything exciting from the group stages that you wanted to talk about?
I just think seeing South Korea and the fact that the skill gap between South Korea and the rest of the world has closed, I think that's what's gotten me excited, because I honestly feel like this is the BlizzCon where anybody can win. Any of those 8 teams can come out victorious. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the marquee matchup is Canada and France because, you know, there's a lot of trash talk between those 2 teams. But I think this BlizzCon, we might see somebody that's not Team South Korea walk away with the championship.
Are you going to say Team USA?
Yeah, I'm going to say Team. I'm not going to do the chant and everything. I know everybody's going to start it. They're probably chanting in the arena right now. But yeah, Team USA looks very strong. I think all the other teams are kind of scared of them. They got this bravado about them, the way they're walking around the building. They're confident. They've been boot camping. They're ready for it. So it's going to be a good World Cup for sure.
Yeah, I would love
Electronic sports, Reflexor. That's all.
Exciting.
Indeed. Now, yeah, like I said, France and Canada, that's the marquee matchup. People are definitely going to want to check that out. But you know what? It's going to be good to see the World Cup play out on a global stage. But while we're on the subject of global stages, Hearthstone is actually doing things differently at BlizzCon this year. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, so this year at BlizzCon, we have the Hearthstone Global Games. It's kind of the same style as Overwatch World Cup style. It actually debuted last year, and we had it culminate at Gamescom. So it's super awesome to have it here at BlizzCon this year. Again, you know, you have national pride. You have players and teams cheering for their country. And I think we're very excited about China because China is not only represented in Overwatch World Cup, but you also have a China team in Hearthstone Global Games. So kudos to China.
Indeed. And I've always known Hearthstone to be an international
No,
game.
I will not, Honey the Paxo. Not only is it debatable if I am allowed to do so, but I've got to get back to Red Dead Redemption 2. So what I'll do is I'll kind of keep an ear to the ground about news, and we'll probably talk about it a lot while we're playing Red Dead for the rest of the weekend.
The team from China, the one.
I have been asked that many times, Space, but I don't mind answering again. I do like what they're doing with Heroes of the Storm as far as adding legitimate codified story elements rather than just background flavor lore. If anything, my only complaint about it would be the quantity. There's been so very little actual story. So we'll see what they go. We'll see where they go with that. I think at the moment it's mostly an experiment to them rather than something they're really committing to.
Yeah.
And you know, those 2 teams.
We might see something about that today.
Everyone is expecting Genji to win, but you know, they met each other in the finals of the mid-season brawl in an epic best-of-7. It was so.
Hello, Questy. Yep, thank you for joining me. I do have permission to restream this, Rakuten, yes.
Wanting revenge and hoping for
There's a reason we've done this restream for like 5 years in a row now.
You guys have to keep an eye out for a wild card, and that is Miracle from Korea. So, I mean...
But yeah, that's why I sent out the tweet, Questy, make sure everyone knew about it.
But, you know, I'm going to call Miracle a wild card.
Of course I'm tiny. Y'all want to see the screen, not me.
Only Korean team to be able to defeat Genji in the Korean League.
What kind of streamer would I be if I did this? All right, let's go ahead and talk about today's thing. As you can see, there's this chick, and then there's this thing over here. I'm covering it with my body. No, that's ridiculous. Whenever I do these restreams, I make myself nice and tiny.
For sure. But let's go ahead and move forward to WoW Arena. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you told me this is the longest running championship that's been happening at BlizzCon.
It has been.
I put myself on the couch. Here we go, guys. This is me. No, I'm behind the couch. There we go, behind the couch.
Wow, there are a lot of fan favorites in WoW.
Yes.
So if I had to pick a fan favorite for a player, it's of course Sea-Doo.
There we go. Well, I don't want to be back here. We'll be back here.
Makes it to BlizzCon last year.
I remember that. People were very sad about that.
They were, but he's back. So he's back with Method.
This is fun. This is fun. I'm going to keep doing this. We'll be up here. We'll appear on the arena screen. There we go.
Right.
And the marquee match, you all have to watch the Gosu crew.
There we go.
Which
there
is
we go.
North America
Oh,
team.
this is harder to do than it looks. Whoa! I'm just all over the place now. Whoa! Scary guys. I'm going to be over here. I don't want to be by the scare. Oh, God, he's so terrifying. Oh, God, look at that stare of death. Look at the death stare.
The best rogue players.
I'm going to be down here now.
Everybody knows Peekaboo on the Gosu crew. And then they want
to... Oh, God, scary people again. Scary people again.
Over on,
there we go.
Black. And so
I am well aware, Rakuten. I don't know why. And I can't fix it for reasons I don't want to get into right now.
I'm super super excited to see this one. This is the talk of all through opening week, so that's what you guys have to watch. And then, of course, on the World of Warcraft stage, we do have the World of
This is the worst angle. I can't do anything with this angle.
Mythic Dungeon Invitationals, Mythic Dungeon All-Stars, I'm sorry, taking place as well. So
Yes.
it's
Oh, there we
super
go.
awesome
Back up
to
here.
see that tournament on that stage.
Hanging out on the couch. On the couch, quite literally.
From teams all around the world. I think other regions are performing better in World of Warcraft.
Oh, yeah, I'll be on the
esports
arena
than
screen.
ever
I'll be up here.
before.
Hi, guys. I'm the Arena Championship. Lore Runner.
Too. So I'm really excited about that. But we got to go ahead and move on to our next game, which is StarCraft. There's a lot of talk going around BlizzCon.
StarCraft isn't. Whoa, God, I'm on his face. Yeah, I'm on Sylvanas. Nobody likes Sylvanas, anyways. Screw you, Sylvanas. Poke. Oh, God, scary people again. Ah. Are they gone? No, they're still here.
You know, we have the perfect bracket for that.
They scare me shitless.
Cero really does have the best chance to take BlizzCon this year. He is sitting at the top.
Yeah, I don't like Funkos. Nothing against anybody who does, just not my thing.
Points. The next player only has, I think, 3,000 points. Cero has one.
That's right. I beat all the PvP. The war is over. The Horde and Alliance have unified. There's a new faction. They call themselves the Warmongers. It's all the people who should be in that faction.
You have Maru, who is
and it's now war between us and the Warmongers. Yeah.
And he has won every single GSL champion. That's 3. And that is really hard to do in Korea when you're playing up against the very best of the best. So, you know, the 2 Titans here across the world, they are going to...
They could not have picked a more boring clip for that. Just 2 Cyclones attack, or I think that was a Cyclones attacking a Stargate. Come on.
The players are all amazing, so, you know, I'd be happy, but I think...
For the Not Warmongers! That's our new faction. The Not Warmongers. Oh, no, I like that. So we got the Warmongers and the Loremongers.
It's crazy.
And you know what? If Cyril takes the
And the symbol... Here, hang on. Make myself big again for a second here. The symbol of the Loremongers is a spinning coin of the Horde and Alliance like this.
That happens, so definitely tune in.
That's going to be sick. Well, Kim, before we go, is there anything else that you're really looking forward to here at BlizzCon?
Well,
I like that too,
I always look forward to all the finals. But if you're talking about today, the thing I'm most looking forward to is the StarCraft Remastered show match.
For the Tortolans.
Some RTS, and I love StarCraft. So that's taking place today with the winner of ASL.
Well, that's not a bad idea. Like it's on its edge like this, and you can see like part of the Horde and part of the Alliance here.
KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, who is last. So you have last versus Reign in an awesome exhibition match on the StarCraft stage today. Don't miss it. It's going to be awesome.
2 living legends right there. That's going to be awesome. Well, Kim,
what? Who Thor?
Joining us for our first
that can't be
here on the All Access channel. And guys, I'm Malik Forte. I'll be with you all weekend, keeping you up to date on all the esports action throughout BlizzCon. But for now, let's go ahead and throw it back to our hosts, Alex and Michelle.
Hang on,
hey.
Thanks so
it's
much,
always
Malik.
good to see Kim back on the couch. She used to be a host, actually, at BlizzCon for a while.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So
it's like
thank
coming
you so
home
much.
again,
I
Kim.
know. All right, guys.
God, there's a lot of stuff going on in esports. That was like
it really is
an esports weekly update that
it used
was
to just
intense.
Be like 2 esports. Now there's like every franchise outside of Diablo has it.
And I'm actually really excited about it. She mentioned it. Kim mentioned it right at the end. The Reign versus Last, the sort of expedition match. Because a lot of times you don't get those specific players that can actually cross-pollinate.
Absolutely.
And it's just super fun, man. StarCraft II.
Base is just so talented these days. All right, guys. Now we're going to send it back over to Anna, who's standing by with BlizzCon.
Hold up. I'm pretty sure that's just referring to the after stuff, which I've never restreamed and never will because it's not allowed. But I'm pretty sure I'm fully allowed to restream the opening ceremony. Because I always have been able to restream the opening ceremony. This is not a new thing, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one doing this. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say, actually, in addition to that. I really don't. I'm going to just keep streaming. If we have issues, we have issues. This is free content right here.
Producer, you
could go look at this right now on YouTube or on Twitch.
Parts of BlizzCon, so you probably have a perspective that's really unique. For people at home who are just learning about BlizzCon, what would you say is your favorite part?
Oh my!
I'm actually not even 100% certain how they could legally claim that restreaming of the openly available public announcement thing is not allowed. Yeah, I don't. I'm not too worried about that.
Exciting action that will bring the casters on stage. But I also really just love all the stories you hear about the human connection that's happening.
I've been tiptoeing around the legality of streaming for years now. I'm fine, I think.
Husband that had met playing WoW, and the first time that they met was actually in person at BlizzCon several years ago. Also was talking to an army.
Sorry for talking over this random personal stories here. I know you guys care so much.
On the East Coast, so we asked for this crazy late night shift, and hearing stories like that is always heartwarming.
Totally. Now, we are setting up for the opening ceremony. People are always super excited to find out what...
Yeah, the NFL, that's a totally separate thing.
Hints of what we can expect?
Well, there's a lot you're going to be wanting to stay tuned for there. We're going to have Mike kick it off, and then just like last year, we'll throw to multiple stages. We'll be broadcasting from multiple stages. So after that, I don't think there's anything else I can reveal. You're going to have to stay tuned.
That's fair. Thank you.
Well, because the ticket will let you watch everything else. The opening ceremony is open. It's about an hour. It's going to start basically now. And then the rest of BlizzCon over the next couple of days, that stuff you can only see if you have the ticket.
It's a small job.
And in case you don't know what ticket I'm talking about, it's this ticket. This ticket.
All right, now it's time
it's
to
this ticket.
One of the great
right here.
Videos available right now on BlizzCon.com. Here's Faces of War, Battle for Azeroth. For the Horde.
What? That ticket right there.
So today is fun. Today is something kind of new for us.
Okay, when is the actual ceremony starting?
Capture studio up here in Santa Monica. This is a facility where we can do motion capture and video and texture reference of actors.
We're over on the facial capture stage, and what we're doing is we brought in our actor Jordy, who's playing Anduin. And we basically have him sitting inside a sphere of cameras.
It looks more scary than it actually is.
Yeah, they must be running late, Cyberguard. Because I thought it was supposed to start, like 2 minutes ago.
The cameras are all synchronized together, and so Jordy's going through all these stages of different emotional states. What we need is that moment of realization, the calm.
By sort of striking different poses, we can basically capture a whole range of different types of muscle movements in the face, from the areas around your mouth to the
I mean, this is why this is part of why Blizzard cinematics are so amazing.
You name it. In the past,
and have always been.
Trying to go for building a character from scratch. And that is an amazingly fun process.
But you can take a long time finding your way. So creating a digital scan of an actor, that gives us something
I agree, Corrales.
to start with. And then recording our actor's performance gives our animators a very inspirational point of reference as they bring the character to life. Cut, hold that.
Just hold that picture while we take 50 pictures of you.
We were extremely lucky to find Jordy Holobar.
Not only is he really good at the performance side of it, but he also looks enough like the character that we can kind of push and pull things around and stylize his face until it really fits in the world of Warcraft. You're cheering everybody on for the Alliance, you know? Yeah, the Alliance. Awesome.
Not only can you see the budding of a very good actor in Jordy, but you also get the sense that he's a genuine person. I think we could have cast somebody a little bit older, potentially with some more experience as an actor, but I don't think that would have rung as true as finding a young man.
This is sort of his coming of age.
A young man.
This is sort of his coming of age, where now he's in charge of this really big army, and he's faced with a choice. Am I going to follow in my dad's footsteps, or am I going to be my own kind of king? And so there's an uncertainty.
And so he follows in his father's footsteps. The end.
That, by the end of the movie, hopefully gives way to a purposefulness, and we just really felt like Jordy had those qualities. And
yeah, they're running behind. There's got to be some technical issues.
Going back to humans.
They're clearly
going back to the references that we can find in the
doing
real
something
world,
to filler
whether it's
here.
An actual human behavior or simply a stone wall. Once we've done that, that's where the creative freedom starts.
Well, it's all acting, Animators are actors. They act through their characters, and it's kind of a slow motion process, but they do have to inhabit those roles. If we have to find our own way, there's a lot of trial and error. There doesn't seem to be any real good substitute for somebody coming in and just bringing all of their instincts to bear, and in just a moment, you can capture something that feels completely natural. Right now, you're twisting and this arm kind of goes away. Maybe this arm can be kind of like out like that. Yeah. Shooting reference for animation isn't a new thing by any means. Disney did.
And of course, good directing is very important for this kind of thing too, like you just saw.
It really is the same process at its core. It's relying on the intuition of actors, of real human beings, to try to be in a moment and give you something that feels true, that feels natural.
Yeah, I think it's great stuff, Jordy.
And so we recorded on video, and we put our helmet cam on, and we get all our tracking dots, and we run it off our phone, and we get these amazing close-ups where we can see every little thing that the actor's face is doing. But it's still, in the end, the same thing that they were doing back in the day. What we're doing is just, applying the latest tools to that process.
For the Alliance!
And cut.
Nice, great.
Well, they put tons of work into their stuff, so definite props. Of my many complaints about BFA, that's not one of them. So, ceremony? Right. Virtual ticket. Yep, that's great.
All right, we are less than 10 minutes away
What?
from the start of opening ceremony.
What?
It's bonkers. I'm so excited for it.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I thought it was supposed to start already.
I'm most excited to see at this year's show the results of our first all-access.
Reveals 80%.
Everything at 80%.
eSports 17.
Malik wanted BlizzCon eSports.
I think I won.
I think this is just for, people looking forward to the reveal, and then they're going to be
I like it. I like that, Leander.
Or the panels. I could see this completely flipping once all the reveals are happening.
No, I think you're right, Space. I think they're just running late. They're just working with it.
I just want to see the panels. Because that's the best thing about opening ceremonies, right? Is they're like, and this is happening. And you're like, what does that mean?
Right.
How do I? And then later,
And then 5 minutes later, Doralis, we're almost 3 minutes from the beginning.
They showed the video of it, and everyone was like, is that a movie? What's happening?
Yeah.
And then you have to go to the panel to find out everything about it.
Yeah, that's always good when we get to do the deep dive, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got people coming to the desk as well. But
I think they didn't allow 0 as an option, Jaluta, for community.
We've got a question for you coming up. But in the meantime, if you're watching with us at a viewing party for BlizzCon, or even better yet, if you're cosplaying at a viewing party,
I am totally cosplaying right now as a former WoW player.
So definitely want to see your cosplay.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Now, we want to remind you that this currently what you're watching here is a free preview, right? And it ends at 12:30 p.m. PST. So if you want to keep watching, you're going to have to need to buy a BlizzCon virtual ticket, which will give
you ticket.
Every hall, every panel, every big announcement, all the talent and costume contests, and of course, the closing night festivities.
Yes, which is going to be a lot of fun. You're also going to get bonus in-game items for every Blizzard franchise, instant access to the entire library of those on-demand videos that we've been talking about up on BlizzCon.com, and you're even going to be able to play, like Alex said before, the World of Warcraft Classic demo, vanilla, at home, just like you were here with us at BlizzCon without the lines. So what are you waiting for? Go to BlizzCon.com and pick up your virtual ticket right now.
That is right. All right, we're almost ready to head over to opening ceremonies. But first, it's time for a quick word from our sponsor.
Lucio here. You know you gotta eat a good breakfast, right? You can't skate, dance, spin records, or save the world on an empty stomach. So amp up your breakfast with a Sonic Boost and have some Lucy OOs. Oh yeah, one more thing. Woo! They're part of this complete breakfast. Oh yeah! I know you want some of this. Overwatch never tasted so good.
If that's a real thing, I'm probably buying that.
That's 100% true.
Oh my god! I am so looking for that in the grocery store next time I go.
Yeah, that's a thing, guys.
I'll tell you if they're actually good or not.
Lucio's is a real cereal and will be available in the U.S. starting December through Blizzard's partnership with Kellogg's. And you'll get it
Kellogg's
in-game. I know, guys, I know.
It's so exciting.
Michelle literally said, I have to start eating them right now. But you're also going to get
Lucio's. I would have rather had Ragnaros, if I'm being honest. But
this is crazy, and I love every second of it. Oh my God! If you're here with us right now at BlizzCon, you can grab a free sample while supplies last. I know, this is amazing. This is the most amazing thing ever.
They let me eat cereal on stream for the first time ever. Lucio's, they're so good. All right, I'm gonna chew this, but before we head on over to opening ceremonies, we have a special announcement for PC players on Battle.net. Guys, joining us now to tell us a little bit more, Bungie game director for Destiny 2 Forsaken.
don't care.
What's going on, man?
Nope. That's how much I don't care about that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that. Some of you might care. I'll shut up.
Actually, well, at least here at a desk.
For all you Destiny 2 fans out there, you know who you are.
This is amazing. It's incredible. I'm super
you.
excited.
Yeah, the energy here is always just bonkers.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, talk to us about Destiny 2. I'm a big fan of Destiny. I think it is super fun to play.
Thank you very much.
So tell us what's going on since launch and what's happening.
So I do have an announcement I'm going to make in a second.
He's going to make an announcement.
Yeah. Since Destiny 2's launch, we spent a lot of time, working on the refining the PC version of Destiny. To make sure that we had smooth keyboard and mouse controls, uncapped frame rate, 4K support right out of the box. But we've also spent the last year improving a lot of other parts of Destiny 2, the core of Destiny 2. We added deeper engagement, RPG elements. We had a lot of feedback from the community. And,
sorry. Okay, that was me being a little negative. I apologize.
Weapon systems, and we revamped the weapon systems. We added new weapons. We improved.
I apologize. I'm just screwing around. Don't mind me.
And triumphs. I mean, we added a lot of systems.
Look, as an achievement hunter, I'm a big fan of that. So,
I have to say,
add that in.
Destiny 2 was literally the first game I played on my ultra-wide monitor. And I was so happy because every time a cutscene happened, I was like, hey, guys.
Oh, and that's the way to watch a cutscene.
I was like, what are you guys using your stupid bars? This is a no-bar situation in my office right now, which is amazing. So listen, I've been loving the game. I know that lots of players have been loving the game. Getting into all of the raids and the new endgame content.
Right.
So
I don't think Destiny has any place at BlizzCon.
Yeah, so...
Legit opinion.
First of all,
I really don't.
today is
I know it's Activision Blizzard, and I don't give a crap. Because there's always been a pretty decent wall, although it's been shrinking over time, in between Blizzard and Activision. I'm not saying Destiny 2 is good or bad. I'm not saying whether I care about it or not, and I'm not saying whether or not it has any value or merit. I'm saying Destiny 2 has no place at BlizzCon.
today I'd like to make that decision a little bit easier for them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
So starting today through November 18th, Destiny 2 is going to be free to all Battle.net players.
Oh, come
Yeah, I know, right, Polite Heathen? Look at this. What is going on with this?
Claim your free gift. It's yours to keep forever.
Until November 18th.
You got till November 18th to do it.
Till November 18th to claim it, and then you own it for free.
You own it forever. You own it forever.
Guys,
it's free. Yeah.
Go play the game. Come on.
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad at all. That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, no, it's and then for the current players, we have an exclusive in-game emblem that we're going to give them. It's going to be available in December. And it's a one-of-a-kind, doesn't exist anywhere else, so we're really excited about that, too.
Does this be like, hey, you played it before then, or does everybody get it, too?
This is the existing Destiny 2 community right now. Yeah, so that's you. It's you
yes,
guys.
you get a little special thing.
So, and you're also running another free Gambit trial through for this weekend, or when is this happening, the Gambit trial weekend?
Well, first of all, if you're not familiar with what Gambit is, I think a lot of people might not be, right? Yeah. Gambit's a new mode that we released in Forsaken.
Yeah.
It was a hybrid mode. It was a PvE and PvP kind of a very new experience that was unique to
Wait, Leander, hang on. You could pay for something and then own it? What is this voodoo nonsense?
Like competitive modes, if you like taking down giant bosses.
I am into shooting monsters in the face, and I want to hear more from you and everything about this. But we have to get to opening ceremony really quick.
I want to say when the free trial is. The free Gambit trial is November 9th to the 11th.
9th
so
through
that
the 11th.
Is for all
9th
Destiny
through the 11th,
2 players.
guys.
I love it.
Guys, if you want more details on Destiny 2 and Gambit, you can find additional information on DestinyTheGame.com/Battle.net. And if you've never played Destiny 2 on PC, it's starting free today until November 18th, so grab it while you can.
Oh, yeah. All right. It is time for opening ceremony.
Finally.
BlizzCon 2018.
All right.
You know there's more out there, don't you?
I'm mostly confused.
No one can stop death. From you, I have learned patience, my son. It's about time.
They're all counting on me.
I mean, good editing.
Why would you do this?
You have earned your warrior's death. The world needs us now, more than ever. Are you with me?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Blizzard Entertainment co-founder, Mike Morhaime.
I'm gonna miss you, Mike.
Thank you so much, everyone. And welcome to BlizzCon 2018. I think, like many of you, BlizzCon will always be like home to me. And it always feels good to be home. Okay, now I do this every year, and we're gonna do it again. How many of you are here attending BlizzCon for the very first time?
Friend of mine is.
How many of you have been to 2 BlizzCons? How about 5 BlizzCons? And how many of you have been to all of the BlizzCons? I've been to all of them too. And I want to acknowledge a very special couple who have also never missed a BlizzCon. My parents. I can't tell them how much I appreciate them and their support. Unfortunately, my dad's under the weather this weekend, but they're watching on the stream today. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Whether you're a BlizzCon veteran or are joining us for the very first time, you are among friends. Welcome. Okay, and let's also give a big shout out to everyone joining us via the online stream. Come on. As you know, I'll be passing the baton to my good friend J. Allen Brack this year. But before I do, I'd like to take a moment and reflect a little on the past 27 years. It's hard to believe what an adventure we've had together. When Alan, Frank, and I first started out, I never could have imagined all the places this road would take us. We thought we had it made when we completed our very own game from scratch with the Lost Vikings, or when Warcraft II, Tides of Darkness, became our first #1 selling game. And then I thought I was dreaming with our midnight launch events, signing boxes for players. We were totally unprepared when World of Warcraft exploded and transformed everything overnight. We hosted our very first BlizzCon right here back in 2005, and we were blown away by the response, and it has just gotten better each year. It's become a cornerstone of our community and a highlight of the year. I've been able to travel around the world, attending eSports events and meeting absolutely amazing people. And earlier this year, we got to experience the Overwatch League finals in front of a sold-out crowd at Barclays Center. How far we've come. We've shared so many great experiences together, and your passion is what made all of them so special. To everyone who joined us on this epic journey, I just want to say thank you. Your support has fueled the creativity and dedication of our entire Blizzard team, and it has meant so much to me. Now I want to say a few words about our new president, J. Allen Brack. Many of you know Jay from his 12 years working on World of Warcraft. Well, you think you know Jay, but you don't. But seriously, Jay has been a great friend of mine since he joined Blizzard. He's led the development team of one of our industry's most complex, global, and influential games for over a decade, and he's done it with great integrity. He is a fierce champion of Blizzard values and a stalwart leader, not only of the World of Warcraft team, but within the whole company. He cares deeply about the Blizzard community and our employees. For all of those reasons and more, I'm proud and excited to see him lead Blizzard into the future. I want to thank you all again for your tremendous support. And now, please welcome to the stage the president of Blizzard Entertainment, J. Allen Brack.
It's just not going to be the same without Mike, you know? Good or bad, it is not going to be the same. I'm going to miss you, Mike. I really am.
Look at what you did.
What did I do?
You made this.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike.
It is awesome.
Thank you for all your passion. Thank you for all you've done. We wouldn't be here without you.
Thank you, Jay.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Mike Morheim, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everyone. That was a great moment. Mike is an amazing leader, and he's the absolute toughest act to follow. He's also helped put us all in a great position going forward in the future. When I joined Blizzard almost 13 years ago, I was motivated by the ability to create amazing games and awesome entertainment experiences. I admired the development-first culture and the Blizzard community. That's you. That's you. You're the Blizzard community. Everyone here, everyone watching. You're the most passionate, most dedicated players there are. Everything about Blizzard today, our games, our employees, the community, inspire and excite me more than ever. I'm exceptionally proud to lead Blizzard going forward, but I'm also humbled by the huge responsibility. It's a tremendous challenge. But what motivates us and what motivates everyone at Blizzard is the enthusiasm that you have. When we get feedback and the support from you enjoying our games, it helps fuel us to create more great content. It also drives us to create amazing experiences like BlizzCon. And we think of BlizzCon as the physical manifestation of the Blizzard community. BlizzCon is one of the places where the real magic happens. That's where we as gamers make connections with our fellow players and build friendships that make being part of the community so memorable. BlizzCon also showcases incredible creativity from you through the art, movie, talent, and cosplay exhibitions that you create. All of these come together and make the universes more exciting and make every day more fun. Our pledge to you, as Blizzard, is to continue to make the great games that you love, create entertainment experiences that you want to be a part of. Gaming can be an incredibly inclusive place. Collectively, work to include and uplift one another, build the spirit around each gaming community, and use it to make a better world. Let's look back at some of the great experiences that we've shared this past year. We came together as factions and took part in Battle for Azeroth, the latest World of Warcraft expansion. We performed wacky science experiments and explored spooky dungeons in Hearthstone. We challenged each other with new heroes and maps across Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, and Starcraft II. And today, for the first time ever, you can play Diablo III on the Nintendo Switch with the Eternal Collection. This package includes all Diablo III content, including Reaper of Souls, the Necromancer, and we're excited to work with Nintendo to bring it to the Switch console. These are games that we all love, and the place that we play these games together is Battle.net. We've had some additions to the platform over the last year for some great developers outside of Blizzard. We hosted a record-breaking number of players from Call of Duty Black Ops 4 a few weeks ago. And in September, the team from Bungie launched its current expansion for Destiny 2, Forsaken. We're pleased to welcome these games to Battle.net and make the Blizzard community even stronger. Outside of games, the community showed us something totally amazing and totally unexpected. Foremost among these was the overwhelming support for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Thanks to your enthusiasm for the Pink Mercy skin, t-shirts, and community streamer support, you helped raise $12.7 million. And that's the largest single-year donation from a company in the history of the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So be proud of everything that you accomplished. On the eSports side, we witnessed history in the making with the inaugural season of the Overwatch League and the televised Grand Finals event at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And we have huge amounts of esports to share with you this weekend. We have the Overwatch World Cup, the Starcraft II WCS Global Finals, the Heroes HGC Finals, World of Warcraft Arena Championships, and the WoW Mythic Dungeon All-Stars. And finally, the Hearthstone Global Games. There are so many incredibly talented pro players here. You know, let's take a look at what it takes to compete at this, which is the highest level of gaming.
This is about passion. dedication, endurance, the endless drive to find our limits and push beyond them. This is about sharing the love, making connections, keeping your head up, no matter what goes down. It's about remembering to celebrate victory and learn from defeat. It's about something personal. It's a hunger. A fire inside all of us, daring us to risk it all, to rise above the rest.
You said hunger. I was eating.
Goodness, welcome to Blizzcon!
This is our time. This is our place. This is for you. This is for all of us. Whether you play at home or in the arena, this is about more than games.
I'm not saying esports isn't a big deal. I'm just saying I don't care.
You know, the thing that comes through in that video is the emotion that I think we all feel whenever we're watching people compete at that highest level. You know, we watch to see the incredible level of dedication that it needs, that it requires to be there. Are you ready for an awesome display of eSports Championship this weekend? Awesome. I think I know why you're here, though, and that's to talk about the future and to talk about new video game content. And we're going to kick that off right now with Starcraft II. Did you know that this year, Starcraft is celebrating its 20th anniversary as a game franchise?
I did know that, actually.
We've got a new co-op commander to show off today. It's on the show floor and playable. Our old favorite, Zeratul, is here. Our friends at Google DeepMind are also back this year with an update to talk about their work on Starcraft II. DeepMind is on the cutting edge of artificial intelligence research, and they're working to create stronger bonds between humans and computers. Starcraft II's unique qualities as a competitive game make it a really ideal challenge for any kind of AI work, and the hope is that this technology will lead to positive, or this work that they're doing will lead to positive advances in the technology. So you can get information about Starcraft II, new co-op commander, and all the Google DeepMind stuff tomorrow on the Mythic stage for Starcraft II. This year has also been a huge celebration for Heroes of the Storm. In addition to the team's usual cadence of unleashing your favorite Blizzard heroes and battlegrounds in the Nexus, the team also created themed events, new skins, new quests, and new storylines. And so, while Heroes of the Storm remains our love letter to our favorite Blizzard characters, it's also been a place where the Heroes team gets to explore things that are entirely new to Blizzard as well. Today, I have 2 Heroes videos for you. The first video is going to introduce a new hero born entirely in the Nexus. And she is going to show you that she can hold her own against some of Blizzard's most iconic characters. You get a sneak peek. The second video is going to have a sneak peek of a lot of the exciting video, or a lot of the exciting content that's coming into the Nexus. So BlizzCon, are you prepared to meet Orphea?
You have finally returned home.
Home? You destroyed my home. Slaughtered innocents. Left peaceful realms in ruins. You broke your promise.
I will not be questioned. Return to the tower at once. Fine.
How could you?
Dead magic. I am beyond that power.
You're wrong. Will fight. I will never stop fighting you. For my family. For the realm. For the Nexus.
See what I can do.
If you're paying attention, they actually already teased this, not just with the girl, but with the Void thing and that little Void event they had a few months ago.
Impudent child.
Squeaky King Cleaning Services. Wow.
Someone should probably stop us.
I'm Kevin from the Heroes dev team, and I'm here to announce your game.
I mean, I'm down with a Lich Janitor.
Orphea isn't the only exciting update the team has for you. Check out the Heroes What's Next panel later today and the deep dive tomorrow for details on new content and new gameplay updates. In honor of Orphea, we thought it fitting to share her with our BlizzCon family. So Orphea is free for all BlizzCon attendees and virtual ticket holders. Enjoy, Orphea, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
I'm sorry, Huthor. That was a good one.
Lastly, for me, coming up is an update on one of my favorite games of all time, World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft? What's that? This is probably. What do you want to bet this is just going to be 8.1?
My transition to take over from Mike, we knew it was important to ensure that World of Warcraft has a leader who both understands the community as well as has a deep personal love for the game. We didn't have to look far for such a leader. I've known John for many years. He joined the WoW team to work on Mists of Pandaria. He then moved to Diablo to help create Reaper of Souls. For the last 2 expansions, he's led much of the development on World of Warcraft as one of my partners. He has updates about Battle for Azeroth content going forward. He also has some updates about what has turned out to be many of your favorite ice cream flavors. Blizzcon, please welcome, the executive producer of World of Warcraft to the WoW stage, John Haidt.
Thank you, Jay. We really miss you. We miss you on the WoW team, Jay, but we are so proud to have you as our president. All right. Horde! Alliance! Welcome back to Blizzcon. We've seen some incredible moments in the battle for Azeroth. We witnessed Sylvanas' brazen attack on the Night Elves and the burning of Teldrassil. We saw the Alliance retaliation on Undercity and the retaking of Lordaeron, only to have it laid waste by the Blight. Both sides are racing to form new alliances and adorn their armies with the mythic power of Azerite. With a Horde retrenched in Kalimdor and the Alliance gathering strength in Eastern Kingdoms, the future of Azeroth lies in the balance. Alliance! The tides seem to be turning in your favor. The time to strike is now. Will you press your advantage and rally your new Kulturan allies to strike the Horde where they least expect it? Will you? Horde. You suffered a great defeat in Undercity, but you gained powerful new friends in Zandalar. Will you stand by them as the Alliance comes to lay siege to their homeland? Good. You've been preparing for war, and now the war is here in tides of vengeance. It's been a little over a month since we began public testing for Tides of Vengeance. We've received a lot of great feedback, and we are hard at work polishing the game for both Alliance and Horde alike. We can't wait for players to face our newest raid the Battle of Dazara lore. It's set in the Great Pyramid in the Troll capital city, and this is the first time ever in WoW that players will experience unique Horde and Alliance versions of the conflict.
I do think that's cool.
We also have a new Darkshore Warfront set in the ashes of Teldrassil. The Alliance will help the Night Elves reclaim and rebuild, while the Horde will continue Sylvanas' campaign of destruction. And Horde and Alliance assaults will bring the war to the shores of Kulturis and Zandalar. If you're wondering what lies in store beyond Tides of Vengeance, don't miss our What's Next panel on the Mythic stage later today. If you have questions, we also have a QA panel tomorrow. That'll also be on the on the Mythic stage, and you can drop off your questions at the Dark Moon Fair. So, as World of Warcraft enters its 15th year, we reflect upon this game that has touched our imaginations, forged friendships, and, especially in my case, changed the very course of our lives. Last year, right here at BlizzCon, we announced that we are embarking on a journey to return to where it all began. And we're very excited to share our progress with all of you. Today, on the show floor, you can play WoW Classic. And if you're not at BlizzCon, you can download this demo using the virtual ticket. So you're probably wondering when you'll be able to play the full game. You have any guesses? Blizzard soon. WoW Classic will be released summer of 2019.
Okay, that's actually way later than I thought. Wow. I'm actually surprised by that.
This is a great opportunity to experience the original gameplay. And if you never had a chance to play the game then, you should see how WoW was 14 years ago. You should. And anybody with a WoW subscription will have access to WoW Classic.
Now that's a little surprising.
So I know you've had a lot of questions about how we're recreating WoW Classic. You can learn more about how we're faithfully restoring and recreating the game in a panel that we have called Restoring History, Creating WoW Classic, and it's tomorrow on the Mythic stage. So despite our differences as champions of the Alliance and heroes of the Horde, one thing brings us all together, and that's the annual charity drive. This year, our charity pet is this little guy. That's Whomper. So we're proud to announce that this year's WoW charity pet will go to support Code.org. This is a nonprofit. It's a nonprofit dedicated to expanding computer science education in schools and increasing participation by women and minorities. We as a Warcraft community, as a Blizzard community, share these values, and we hope you consider adopting Whomper to support Code.org. Okay, there is one more thing. World of Warcraft isn't just about epic battles and great gameplay. It's about mythology. the timeless heroes and the timeless stories and the heroes that move this world. So before I hand this off, I'm honored to present a special treat. An all-new cinematic for Battle for Azeroth, Lost Honor. Enjoy.
Now that's gorgeous right there.
That's the last of the soldiers. We'll be calling up farmers next.
When this war began, I thought we were fighting for peace. But we're just fighting.
You're doing all you can to stop her, Your Majesty.
At Lordaeron, you had the chance to take my life. Maybe even end the war. Why didn't you kill me?
Could kill you now.
I spared you because I believed you have honor. Was I wrong? Do you want more innocents to suffer? The Horde...
I have given everything for the Horde! Bled for it, killed for it, and Sylvanas is destroying it. She will destroy everything. What I want is my Horde back.
Sarafang, tell me why you spared my life.
I hoped you would stop her.
I can't.
But we can.
Not alone.
And then total tonal shift.
Director of Hearthstone, Ben Thompson.
Oh, we'll have to unpack that later, guys. Sorry. That was incredible, if totally non-contiguous. But whatever. Mic's not working. Fix the mic. Wow. I mean, I understand more than most people how insane it is to do audio setups at these things, but yeah, you might want to fix that, guys. I hope they can hear him, even though we can't over here. Also, since I've got nothing else to say here really quick. Oh, hello. Thank you very, very much, Ginger Ninja. What would you like to put that towards? I like the idea that Sarafin could have broken out of that prison at any time he wanted to. By quite literally punching out. or breaking out. Just I like that idea. There we go. Nope, it's gone again. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. In all honesty, I feel terrible for the people on the sound booth right now. I've been through this in real life. It sucks when things go wrong and you don't know why. And you're live. This... Oh, we switched over to Overwatch. Okay, so that was Hearthstone. Now this guy's awesome. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, MS Cardo. Thank you, Churin. Quick, quick. What do you want to put it towards? Both of you. Thank you very, very much. You got it, Ginger Ninja.
Everybody hear the Overwatch arena? Awesome. I want to send a special shout out to all of our folks watching at home right now. All of us, every single one of us here, wishes we were hanging out with you right now.
I doubt that.
They're all logging in later tonight before us, and let's admit it, we wish we were. So before I start, I have a quick story for you. My nephew is in town for Blizzcon, and I was so excited. It's his second Blizzcon, and he says to me last night, he says, Uncle Jeff, I'm so excited for the new announcement. And I'm like, well, John, what do you think the new announcement's going to be? And he says, I really hope you announce that you're removing Moira from the game. I don't know. He must be a free-for-all deathmatch player. That's what I'm thinking.
I love you, Jeff. Don't ever change.
It was an amazing year. I have to give a shout-out to Overwatch League, culminating in the amazing grand finals in New York City. It was so awesome. So awesome to be there. We're so proud of Overwatch League. We added a looking for group system so you can finally have a Zenyatta that actually wants to be playing Zenyatta on your team. We added an endorsement system, and I heavily recommend for that Reinhardt who actually uses the shield instead of charge.
That's Little Billy. That's Little Billy.
He's a good teammate.
He does that for our matches back when we used to play.
We brought you to new locations like Rialto and Busan. And we had so much fun in Korea this year, bringing you the Diva animated short. And Retribution was fantastic. Watching you guys just crush that content and learn more about our characters like McCree and Reyes. It was so much fun for us. And we added a couple new heroes. We introduced Brigitte, and of course, Wrecking Ball.
You know, I actually haven't played the game since Wrecking Ball came out.
Call Hammond all you want. We're happy for that. But there was one thing that I was most proud of the entire Blizzard community, and that was your contributions to Pink Mercy. We are so thankful and so proud of you all. You raised over $12.7 million. You literally have a chance of changing the world. Thank you so much for that. So as awesome as all of that stuff was this year, and how could I forget the Overwatch World Cup viewer and Lucy Oh. I know what everybody's having for breakfast tomorrow. But we like to come to BlizzCon to see new things, right?
Yeah, 80%.
One of my favorite things about Blizzard and BlizzCon is the amazing work that the story and franchise development group does.
For the most part, I agree.
Men who make the awesome Blizzard cinematics, and they are the same people who make the Blizzard animated shorts.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present to you, directed by the amazing Jason Hill, our latest animated short, Reunion.
Now be better than the Diva one, that's all I ask.
We got trouble!
Jesse McCree. Been a while. You promised you'd write.
Well, Ash. I've been kinda busy.
We're pretty busy ourselves, so it's awful convenient you showing up today.
Yeah. You never been one to shy away from a good tip.
Hey, we worked hard for this score. You best move on now.
All I want is that crate. Everything else is yours.
This crate? Huh. Bob. Well, well. Now you got my attention. What is it?
That's none of your business.
Well, as I see it, now it's very much our business.
Doesn't always have to be this way, Ash.
Apparently, it does.
Of course there's a tumbleweed. The oil sweat.
like Bob got himself some upgrades.
Smoke him out of there! Last chance, McCree! Toss out your weapon!
All right, Ash. Here it comes.
Oh, shit! What the... McCree?
Sorry about that, Bob. No hard feelings.
McCree? Hey! Untie me, McCree!
Say hi to the gang for me.
I will not be ignored! I'm gonna rebuild Bob, and I'm gonna have him rip off your other arm! Hey there, cowboy.
Welcome back, partner.
How long have I been gone?
Far too long.
What happened?
Well, that's a story for another time. But I got a call. They're getting the band back together. They want me, but really, they need you.
Jesse, wait. What are you going to do?
I've got some business to attend to. Say hi to the monkey for me.
Monkey?
Scientist. Whatever.
That was good. That was so much better than the Diva one. And I could point out specifics later. But
we hope you loved it. We had so much
that was
fun
good.
Making that movie. One of the greatest parts about making a movie like that is we love creating new characters. And there's so many new characters in that movie. Lots of people to introduce you to. Members of the Deadlock Gang, the mysterious robot. And the whole time, we're thinking to ourselves, could one of those characters be the next hero in Overwatch? How cool would that be? But there's a lot in that movie. Like, for example, could it be that awesome Omnic sniper guy? He'd be a lot of fun. Like, we could make a really cool hero out of him. Or maybe one of the three triplets, or all of the three triplets. Like, they'd be cool.
I'm sorry. I love you, Jeff. I love you.
And then, of course, there's Echo, the mysterious white robot that we all want to know more about.
It's Athena.
But I'm thinking Echo needs more time. We need to spend more time before we're ready for Echo. But what about Bob? I think Bob would be amazing. But to be honest, during the making of Reunion, we fell in love with one lady that stole the show. And I know
Come on, Bob!
Hero in Overwatch. Please enjoy.
Oh, come on. It should have been Bob.
Funny. They say there's no honor among thieves. But that's not how things work around here. If you cross me, or if you break your word, there'll be hell to pay. You can count on it. Let's clean up this mess. You wanna try me? Poser. Back off. it all down. Now that gets the blood pumping. There you are.
They're actually bringing back Rocket Jump. They're bringing in Rocket Jump.
I'm calling the shots.
It's hot. Ugh.
Bob, do something.
I'll curse her ultimate is Bob. I mean, let's be honest, Bob is everyone's ultimate.
So please welcome to Overwatch, Elizabeth Caledonia Ash, the leader of the Deadlock Gang, McCree's old buddy. It looks like they're on rocky terms right now, I would say. Maybe they'll patch things up. She is an amazing character to play. Super high mechanical skill, which I know just between the small group of us and everybody at home is every one of you guys. Super
Not me.
mechanical skill.
Not me.
That gun is so much fun to shoot, and she has Bob as an ultimate, which is just the best. And wait till you see the skins we get to do for Bob and Ash. It's a lot of fun. So she's going to be great. You can learn all about Ash at the Overwatch What's Next panel. They're going to talk in depth about Ash. It's going to be pretty amazing. But now there's a lot more BlizzCon to be had. I want to make sure that we have plenty of time for the other announcements. The next stuff is really, really exciting, and I'm super proud to hand it over to Pete Stillwell of Blizzard Classic Games. Give him a hand.
Blizzard Classic Games?
Howdy, BlizzCon! As we've seen this morning, there's so many new experiences to explore across Blizzard's games. But we're also here to discuss one returning from our past. A few years ago, Blizzard started Classic Games around a simple idea. The world should always be able to play the games that helped lay our foundation.
I agree with that.
Luckily for us, sometimes that means we get to remaster one. Yeah. So, on behalf of your dedicated men and women of Classic, I am honored to present the return of another Titan.
Yeah, he's super nervous to be up there. Warcraft 3. Oh, did you hear the crowd? The crowd exploded.
Like fools, we clung to the old hatreds. And fought as we had for generations.
Yeah, they remastered the video. Look at it. If you've seen this video, you know this is actually new. This is new CGI. Look at that. It's most obvious on the faces. Oh my god, if they do all the CGI redone? Oh, I'm buying the crap out of this just for the scenes if they do that.
Until the day the sky rained fire, and the new enemy came among us.
Oh, dude. I'm more excited about this than I thought I would be. Because I'm more of a proper remake guy than a remaster guy. Oh, that is beautiful.
We stand now upon the brink of destruction, for the reign of chaos has come at last.
No joke. Legit chills. Legit goosebumps.
You'll come by and give me that cheer every now and again. That's epic. Thanks, guys. 16 years ago, Warcraft III found me. The art was vivid. The gameplay immersive. The stories kept me in their thrall. Pun intended. Warcraft III changed me. Because of this game, I wanted to create experiences with the power to move people. Because of this game, I became a developer. And because of this game, I joined Blizzard and I stand before you today. Like, epic. Reforged will be out next year, but if you're lucky enough to be at BlizzCon today, you don't have to wait. We've got the iconic culling playable here in our demo area. For those of you not familiar, in it you command Arthas as he and his forces purge Stratholme of undead taint. It's a really key moment in his ascension to becoming the Lich King. If you can't join us today, spoiler alert, yeah, sorry. You've had 16 years, people, come on. If you can't join us today, don't worry. Our amazing Blizzard video team has got you covered. They put together some gameplay footage, and rather than wait, let's see it now, yeah?
Yes, God, I want to see this game in action. Oh, look at it! Look at it! It's even got the aesthetic still there. Look at that! Oh my God! It looks like this is a new engine. Yeah, I agree. This is probably a development of the SC2 engine. Look at the Dreadlord. There's Jaina, there's the ghouls. But yeah, it looks like this is a development of the SC2 engine. And it looks so good. Look at it. Oh, I'm buying this. I am buying this. Who wants to play through Warcraft 3 on stream? Am I right? Oh, I like the new UI. Yeah, that still totally looks like Warcraft 3. That's awesome. Sorry. Stratholme. Probably the same voice clips.
Too late.
Yep.
This entire city must be purged.
Yep. Same voice clips. Oh, yes! Hang on. Where's my wallet?
All right, so Reforged is going to be an exciting new chapter for Warcraft 3. But before we part, I would like to take a moment to really celebrate War 3 and what it's already been. I mean, it set the stage for World of Warcraft. A very minor footnote in its history. Warcraft 3 put Sylvanas on her path to becoming Queen of the Forsaken.
That's true.
And it saw Thrall lead the Horde's exodus to new beginnings in Kalimdor. And it manipulated the hubris of young Arthas as he crossed that terrible threshold at Stratholme, ultimately leading to his destruction and his ascension to Lich King. And that's just the campaign, right? War 3 found millions of other players in other ways. Just like me, just like you guys. It changed us with competitive play that forced us to think differently. We forged friendships and sparked rivalries between clans over Battle.net. It empowered creators with an editor to help them bring their own dreams to life.
Oh,
it's me on that one.
And their custom
Pay
games
close attention. Hopefully you'll learn something.
New genres.
No, this is not the BlizzCon ticket.
So, whether you're a campaigner, a ladder champion, a custom gamer, or you'll be new to Warcraft 3 Reforged, we hope you seize this opportunity to be found, to be changed, and to be inspired. On behalf of the men and women of Classic, we thank you for giving us this grand opportunity and purpose.
So thank you.
Thank you very much, Lartic. I've already jotted it down. Thank you.
The other really great thing is, you know, the love for Warcraft 3 is pretty universal around Blizzard, and that led us to what we're calling the Spoils of War Edition. You can order that today. You can pre-order that today, along with the Standard Edition at playwarcraft3.com. To tide you over until Reforged actually comes out, Spoils will unlock a bunch of great content across the other games. That includes Diablo III, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, both Starcrafts, and, of course, World of Warcraft, which features a meat wagon mount.
I'm sorry, what?
So, we did a little begging, and the World of Warcraft team actually made the wagon's catapult function. Yeah. Critters throughout Azeroth will come to fear your wrath. For Reforged itself, Spoils will include 4 unique skins, all playable across whatever type of gamer you are. My personal favorite gives Jaina a warhorse so that she can become playable as Archmage in competitive play. Yeah, it's cool. If you want to dive deeper into everything else we have in store for Reforged, head over to playwarcraft3.com and join us today at 5:30 on the Mythic stage. The one and only Grubby will be hosting a few of our lead developers as we chat and see what's to come with Warcraft 3 Reforged. So, I would like to jump back to Hearthstone. We've figured out the mic issue. Please.
Yay! They knew. They knew. Back to Hearthstone.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. I'm not ignoring you, Nerd Money. I'm not.
Hearthstone fans.
Or Nerd Factor, excuse me.
Welcome to the Mythic stage. To my Hearthstone family waiting for me back at the Hearthstone stage, keep a benchworm. I'll be right back. We just had to do a little thing. They saw how big this announcement was going to be for Hearthstone, and they thought to themselves, we got to get them a bigger stage.
They literally switched stages.
So in recap, the year opened with the Witchwood. Players took part in foiling the evil plots of Hagatha and her minions as they launched an all-out assault of spookiness.
I'm sorry, I gotta say this just really quick while he's talking here.
Was followed by the Boomsday.
Warcraft 3 Reforged does include Frozen Throne. I just double-checked that.
Experiments alongside and ultimately against the nefarious Dr. Boom and the scientists at Boom Laboratories. Now this brings us to the third and the final set in the Year of the Raven. It is during this time, the exploratory phase of the set, when the team is at their most fun. Whiteboards everywhere are covered with sketches and drawings and questions. Questions like, is there a disco maybe in an old mage tower? Do we awaken the old gods, perhaps? Ultimately, and here's the part you haven't heard yet, we wanted to celebrate the spirit of competition. We wanted to do so in a way that champions the beliefs and the culture of an ancient civilization. So as we pull away the vines and cut away the undergrowth of a proud arena at the center of Stranglethorn Vale, we ask you now, hey man, what you think about this?
By air, rain and fire. The only thing so real.
The frog.
First to smash and to mash and to bash and maybe mango. Here in Stranglethorn, you'll be warned. My lord's gonna trash ya. Say your prayers with voodoo, bashi bashi. Time for fun, we're gonna run ya through. Too bad for you.
It's only once a generation.
One victor wins the confrontation.
Standing here, got no fear. I'm the best in the arena.
Man, you never seen a hero cuts you down to zero.
Victory is no joke, careful afternoon.
Cloak.
It's the stars, our star is born. Here in Stranglehold.
Now this was actually leaked, but ooh, amusing as always.
That's right, we're taking you back to the Gurabashi Arena to be a part of Rastakon's Rumble. Revisit the arena in its prime, when once a generation, trolls from across Azeroth gather their teams to fight on behalf of their Loa and for the glory of combat. We've been hearing for a while from our players, where's our troll set? And we thought it was high time to bring this proud people to the game of Hearthstone. So let's decide together, here and now, to reclaim just what it means to be a troll. We invite all of our fellow trolls out there, in fact, to close the forums for a bit. Set the keyboard down. That guy's still going to be wrong when you get back. Just pick up a spear and join us on the arena floor. Now, let's get down to business. Let's talk about some cards. The Hearthstone team would like to give you a brief glimpse into what we have in store for you in Rastakon's Rumble. And we'd like to start with a new keyword. Overkill. Overkill plays to the gladiatorial spirit inherent in the Rumble. As a grizzled competitor of the ring, you know that the way to a fan's heart is through a dramatic flourish and some theatrical showmanship. Basically, if you can deal more damage than you need to destroy a minion, you get a bonus. In Sulthrace's case, I'm going to say that clearly, you get to attack for as many as 3 more times in a single turn. Now, this kind of showboating is sure to draw the attention of more than a few fans. Fans that are so excited, they want to get in on the action themselves. Fans like this guy. Sharkfin Fan is a neutral minion who gives you a 1/1 pirate each and every time your hero attacks. Now you pair that with a weapon like Sulthrace, and you're going to get some board control, and you're going to get it fast. Now, the 9 legendary champions at the head of each class or team in the Rumble embody the powers of their animal god, or Loa, while in the arena. Each class also gets a spirit. This spirit promises powerful abilities to the player who summons them. The spirit-Loa relationship is a very important part, integral part even, to the set that this occupies. Let's take a look at a spirit right now. Now, the abilities found in these spirits are each different, and they're very class specific. They have a lot of similarities as well. They're all 0/3 minions. They all have stealth for 1 turn, and they're all rare, which means that you get up to 2 in a single deck, maximizing the opportunity for some serious shenanigans. Now, ultimately, spirits are just that. They are a spiritual manifestation of the Loa they represent. But this begs the question, what are Loa? Loas are powerful gods, usually animals, who are worshipped in the troll culture. By aligning yourself with one of them, according to your class, they will fight by your side and guide you to victory. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what Loa calls to me? Well, if you're a paladin, you will be fighting for the honor of Shirvala the Tiger. Shirvala is a proud and noble Loa, not unlike the paladins who worship her. She's also incredibly powerful, power that comes at a cost. But consider the possibilities, if you will, if you've been investing your mana wisely on spells in the early game. Now, this is just the beginning. It's a brief glimpse into what's in store for you in Rastakon's Rumble. There's a lot more to learn, and we're going to share a lot of it with you over the next 2 days. Later today, there's a panel with later today, there's a panel that will show even more cards and dig further into the expansion itself with Peter and Liv. They're going to take a look at a number of these classes that we mentioned and a number of the interactions of the cards found there. Tomorrow, the Hearthstone's missions team is going to walk you through just what it takes to make the single-player content in the game. More importantly, they're going to walk you through the single-player content for Rastakon's Rumble, the Rumble Run, where you play as Rikar, an upstart underdog troll who needs your help as he travels to the arena in search of the title of champion for himself. And finally, on the show floor here at BlizzCon, both days, you get to try a special tavern brawl that uses just some of the new mechanics introduced in the Rumble Run itself. We are super excited for Rastakon's Rumble, and we hope that you will join us when it releases on December 4th. But if you just can't wait, pre-purchase begins today. So until then, the Hearthstone team will ask you, which Loa speaks to you? Now I'd like to pass it to my personal spirit animal, the lead game designer, Wyatt Chang.
Wait, do you hear that? That's Diablo music.
BlizzCon!
Think we're gonna get some here?
Love Diablo.
Do ya?
We love the way Diablo has brought millions of players around the world together to slay demons. Our modern world is an increasingly connected one. Our mobile devices keep us closer than ever to our friends, family, and loved ones. So we knew we want to use mobile devices as the platform for a new Diablo game, because nothing brings a family together like slaying demons. But we want to do it in a way that's true to Blizzard, putting gameplay first. We want to do it in a way that feels right for Diablo. We are making a full-fledged action RPG you can play everywhere with everyone. Now, I have a cinematic to show you, but first, allow me to set the stage. At the end of Diablo II, Lord of Destruction, Baal had corrupted the World Stone. The World Stone is an object of immense power. It has the power to create worlds. The World Stone was used to create Sanctuary. Baal, one of the primevals, had corrupted the World Stone, and that corruption threatened to echo through all of humanity, turning humans evil and violent. The Archangel Tyrael, knowing this, made the sacrificial decision to use his legendary blade Eldruin to shatter the World Stone. What happens next? Let's roll the cinematic.
The World Stone. It was the power of creation and the birth of our eternal conflict. From the high heavens to the burning hells, our desire to control that power poisoned its very nature. And so, I gave my life to destroy it. But its corruption spread.
By the way, this is being made by a Chinese video game company. I'll talk more about that later. But FYI.
If humanity is to survive, they must stand together and face the rising darkness. Though, that may not be enough.
Okay. I mean, doesn't need enough cinematic.
Diablo Immortal. We are so excited about this game. Diablo Immortal is our chance to explore 20 years of untold stories that happened in between Diablo II and Diablo III. What happened to Tyrael after the explosion of the World Stone? What was Deckard Cain up to during this time? Why did Malthael abandon heaven? I want to be there for the founding of the Demon Hunters and the golden age of Westmarch. We'll have new stories for beloved characters. We've partnered with NetEase to create Diablo Immortal. NetEase has been a close partner of Blizzard for almost 10 years, and their passion, dedication, and expertise.
What he means by close partner is they're the company Blizzard has been using to put games out in China, just to make that clear.
I know what you're thinking. You want to see some gameplay. So up next, let's have a look at what Diablo Immortal looks like in action. Let's roll it.
All right. So far, I'm neutral. Just neutral so far. This is your chance, Blizzard and NetEase. What do you got? Well, looks like most of the Diablo clones I've already seen on the mobile. Almost identically, actually. That's sort of sad, but whatever. I hate to be that guy, but the sorceress, or excuse me, the wizard, would be like 4 at this point in history. Hey, you can have a party larger than 4. They couldn't do it in D3 on the PC, but they could do it on the phone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, this does look like the D3 engine for the most part. So you notice, well, you know what, I'll dissect this later during lore week.
Authentic Diablo gameplay at your fingertips. We have new stories to tell, new skills for you to master. If you want to know more, we'll be back here on the Mythic stage in just a few minutes. For those of you who are here at Blizzcon, thank you. We are going to have we welcome you here to Blizzcon, and there has never been a better time to be part of this incredible Blizzard community. We have a demo of Diablo Immortal playable here on the show floor in Hall D. And for those of you watching at home, visit DiabloImmortal.com for more information about Diablo Immortal. There has never been a better time to explore everything that Blizzard has to offer here at BlizzCon and alongside the rest of this incredible Blizzard community. As you wander the show floor, take time to say hi to those of us here at BlizzCon. Everybody at BlizzCon wearing the blue crew shirts at Blizzard would love to say hello. Have fun, make friends, and have an epic, epic BlizzCon. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. I really do. I really do. I would not want that job. I'd go and be like, "Hi, Diablo on the phone."
This concludes our opening ceremonies.
Yay!
Panel presentations resume shortly with Diablo. What's next? Have a great BlizzCon.
I'm gonna just kind of chop this off here just to be nice and safe about it. There we go. But yeah, picture that for a second. Your job is, I like to picture it's like someone had to draw the short straw, right? at the audience in the office. It's like, all right, guys, one of us has to go up on stage. We need to announce the new Diablo game. Well, it's on the phone. Yeah, I know. And it's mostly being made by another company. I know. All right, well, let's all draw the straw. Oh, sorry, Bob, it's you. Okay, what do you think I should do, guys? Try to be over-enthusiastic. Okay, I'll be over-enthusiastic. I got this. I'm so excited. I felt bad for that guy. I really did. Let's shuffle away from that there. Thank you very, very much, Truwax1. I do, as ever, much appreciate those Twitch subs. Would you like to put that towards anything in particular? Speaking of which, in the middle of that, we got a donation from Nerd Factor. I didn't miss it. In fact, I've already jotted it down. Thank you very, 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 very much, Nerd Factor, for the $50 donation towards doing a stream. We'll decide what kind of stream later, of Warcraft III Reforged. Thank you very much. So yay, Diablo on the phone. That's great. Let's get rid of that. There we go. I'm trying so hard not to judge it. Like, I know that sounds so strange, but I'm trying so hard not to judge it. Here, let me explain something real quick for you guys. I don't know if you are aware of this. I just want to get this out really quick. I actually spent the better part of a year and a half. Every week I would go and I would try out new games on the phone, because I'd had a negative opinion about phone games for a long time, but I don't like having opinions I don't really have justified. You know what I mean? So I decided to try it for myself. So I tried a whole lot of phone games, literally hundreds. You can ask my sister. I tossed some of them at her. And after going through all of them, I came to the conclusion that while there are some good phone games out there, and there really are, phone gaming in general is just not for me. And yeah, that's really honestly, oh, it's going to be a stream nerd factor, but thank you again. That's really honestly all I have to say about it. At best, mobile gaming is coffee for me. And at worst, it's gutter trash. I've actually shown off some truly terrible phone games before. Now, what's funny is the moment he mentioned the mobile thing, he kind of name dropped that early on. I don't know if you guys saw my body language because I was really tiny in the corner, but I just did this. Because I knew the second he said that, it was going to be a mobile game. And my very first thought, within seconds, was... Oh, I don't remember the name of it, actually, and I've long since uninstalled it. I've actually shown it off on stream. It's this Korean top-down Diablo clone mobile game, which is crap. And I'm like, oh, God, please don't let it be like that. Please don't let it be like that. And then they showed the UI, and I was like, oh, my God, it looks so much like that. It was so hard to divorce myself from that as I'm watching the gameplay, and I'm just like, okay. Yeah. So, we'll see how well it sells. But I gotta be honest, I don't think I'll pick it up. Because I'm not into mobile games. I'm not into, eSports competitive stuff either, but, at least I'm in favor of it. Mobile gaming? Let me be honest about something. I'd be more in favor of Diablo mobile gaming if it wasn't all we were getting. You know what I mean? Think about that for a second. In fact... Some people have said, oh, Laura, you're just anti-mobile gaming. Those people are not paying attention to what I've been saying. Because what I've been saying for the better part of, God, like 6 years now, ever since I started streaming, ever since I started doing this internet thing, and there's literally video evidence of this, I have said that my biggest problem with mobile gaming is that it took effort, resources, time, and interest away from non-mobile games. You know what I mean? If it was like, here's this new Diablo 4 thing, and also, here's this new Diablo mobile game. Okay, I'm with that. Instead, it's just the Diablo mobile game. Do you see my problem with this? And what's funny is, I just complained about this, I think 2 weeks ago now during Lore Week. I talked about how it frustrates the ever-living crap out of me that Blizzard, and I called out Blizzard in specific, but several other major companies who have tons of money and tons of resources and are sitting on very valuable IPs and licenses aren't making Gaiden games, aren't making niche games, aren't making side games, aren't trying to branch out, I would be in favor of something like Diablo Immortal if it wasn't all we were getting. I still wouldn't play it because I still don't care. But that doesn't mean I'm against it. I'm against the fact that that's all we're getting. Anyways. No, the stream has now stopped. So I'm only allowed to restream the opening ceremony. That's the free part. Everything after this you need to go buy. Oh, I don't have the picture up. The Blizzard ticket. You gotta buy the Blizzard ticket thing in order to see the rest of it. And I actually didn't buy it this year, and even if I did, I couldn't restream it for you guys. So that's all I can show you is what I just did. So I will be keeping an ear to the ground for future news, but to be honest, the way they usually do these BlizzCons, we've probably heard all the actual news we're going to hear. All the major news, so... Yeah. Quick rundown. Hearthstone, yeah... I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound so disinterested. It's cool that they're adding new mechanics. It's cool that they keep going with it, and that's awesome. I kind of wish that they would do more with a card game, kind of like Gwent actually did. But for the most part, I don't actually care. So, woo. Nothing bad, just whatever. Overwatch. I really liked that McCree intro. And they're adding a new character, which that's cool. Unfortunately, if we're being 100% honest, there's still not really any good Overwatch news. I mean, again, I get it. Esports, it's over there. It's doing its thing. But at the same time, that intro was awesome. And I'm absolutely going to say for that. That's up to you guys, Nero's ass, not me. Website. Bob was awesome. Bob was awesome. WoW 8.1. I didn't mean to sound disinterested during that thing. It was hard not to, though, because I already knew everything they were talking about. Like, they didn't say anything new about, you know, they didn't say anything new about WoW. There was no news. So I don't actually have anything else to say about that. We already knew 8.1 was coming. We already knew it was going to be a raid ward thing. We already knew about the Dark Shore thing. I mean, it's been on the PTR for how long now? So, no news there. Then they did Lost Honor. That was interesting. Now, if we are to take... I'm going to say something unpopular, okay? You ready for me, guys? I think BFA's story is bipolar. I think that they have a problem, possibly either by not having a mainliner, possibly because they're not all on the same page. But however you want to look at it, it looks to me like the writing teams, plural, of WoW right now are not doing the same thing, to the point where the story is starting to aggressively contrast itself. There are specific parts of BFA's story that I not just like, but I actively love. And then there's the other parts of the story, which I despise, and then there's the fact that these two things don't agree with each other. Like, to the point where it's just weird, right? You know? So that story, Lost Honor, that was great. But at the same time, that doesn't gel with everything we've already seen. In fact, as I think I've pointed out before, there are other ways. Oh my god. There are other ways that they could have rewritten events walking up to this. I mean, we talked this around circles. I don't want to go too far into this, but there are other ways they could have redone some of this, some of the events that have already happened, which would have made that made perfect sense. And instead, I find myself thinking, well, that's an awesome cinematic with awesome moments and usual symbolism of the Blizzard style. But what about such and such? How does this make sense with regards to this? You know, the whole time I'm just confused more than anything. Let's go and close this out. Why is this not reloading? I want to see what that was. It was from MS Cardo. Thank you very, very much, MS Cardo. I do, as ever, appreciate those subs and that support. And I'll put both of those towards Resident Evil 2. A2 remake. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think I've mentioned that myself, Spros. Anyway, so it was an awesome cinematic. In fact, my favorite tiny little detail, because you guys know I'm all about the details, was right at the beginning when, you know, Anduin is looking out at the harbor, which looked beautiful, by the way, and Greymane was standing behind him. He says, "You've done all you can." There's just this moment where Anduin's face just kind of goes dark for just like a second. You've done everything you can. You know, that's my favorite tiny little detail in that video. Anyways, so that was the WoW news. New cinematic. That was awesome. Starcraft news. None. I made the comment. I'm leading up to something here. I made the comment during the chat, during the stream, that I felt the Starcraft team has been working on Warcraft III Reforged, and the near total lack of, let's be honest with ourselves, real content for Starcraft II for years, well, is still true. We get a new co-op commander. Okay, that's cool. Is that it? Yay, StarCraft's anniversary and 20th anniversary, and also nothing. However, Reforged. Reforged. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I'm really big on proper remakes. In fact, it actually kind of irritates me when we get a remaster or a report instead of a remake, a proper remake. Because anytime something has, it's like, hey, we got this. Well, let's go and do a remaster of this. Statistically speaking, the odds of this becoming remade then drop considerably because we already did a remaster of this. We've already done it, so. However, this looks like one of the better remasters I've seen. Like, the Starcraft remaster was okay. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be too negative about it, but it was okay. It was not. Thank you again, Sean. That's Doom Eternal. There we go. No, we have Warcraft 3. Yeah, Starcraft Remaster was an eSports thing. So, eSports just isn't my thing. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative about it. I just don't care. You know what I mean? I can't be enthusiastic about something that has no effect or impact on me. So, Warcraft 3, so what we know so far, I mean, someone's playing it right now. Tessie was linking it during the stream. There's some other guy streaming it right now. It's going to be Frozen Throne and Reign of Chaos. It is going to have multiplayer through Battle.net. It is going to have an improved map editor. It is going to have improved UI. That's about what we know. They are also they're redoing the CGI. That impressed me more than anything else. That impressed me because that's the least likely thing to happen with a remaster. To actually go back and, let's be honest, they basically made a new cinematic. Like, you can't just take the old cinematic and touch it up. You have to basically, because of the way CGI animation works, even assuming they still had the original files, which they probably don't, you would have to start over from scratch using the old thing as a storyboard, basically. That impressed me. So, yeah, we will go ahead and see exactly what this sucker looks like when it comes out. Technically it's very close to being donated for right now. We will decide what kind of stream we're doing about that a little bit later. I kind of like the idea of doing a premiere run of it and actually reviewing and rating it as if it was a brand new game, because it would be interesting to do a review of Warcraft 3, which I've never actually done, especially the new one. Is that it? Is that all the news? I guess that was it. Oh yeah, there's Heroes of the Storm. Sorry, there was one other thing. Sorry, I forgot about that. So then there was Heroes of the Storm, which is pushing... no, it has Frozen Throne. I just said that, Necro. They have Death of Lucio album. Wow. I don't know, Black Thumb. Yeah, but anyway, so they brought in Orphea in Heroes of the Storm, brand new character from the Nexus. As I've talked about before, they've been pushing the Nexus story idea in weird spurts. Like, it's like, here's a new comic, and here's a new short story, and then really long chunk of nothing. And then here's a new story, and here's another new comic, and then a really long chunk of nothing. It's just been weird, kind of a stop-and-go affair. I really personally feel, this is pure opinion, that what they're doing is they're basically just testing the waters, seeing how many people care about story in Heroes of the Storm. So, who knows where they're going with that. But at least we're getting our first new playable character, I should say, because obviously the Raven Lord was a new character. I don't know what else to say about that, other than the fact that this is also a continuation of a story idea that HOTS has already been going forward with the idea of the Void. I actually don't remember what they call it. I don't think it's the Void, but it's the thing, and it was corrupting some of the heroes, and it was something that the Raven Lord was fighting against, and blah, blah, blah. We'll see where they go with that. As of the moment, Heroes of the Storm is certainly a fun game, just a game I can't get my teeth sunk into because there's nothing really there for me, which I feel like is something I'm saying a lot today. Someone made the comment, oh God, I don't know, months ago, that, Lore, you just need to accept that Blizzard's an esport company and stop expecting games that you want out of them. And I actually did an entire Lore Week section talking about that exact comment, that idea that, do I have the right to be upset that a company like Blizzard is no longer making games for people like me? That I am no longer their target demographic? I still don't really have a concrete answer to that question. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to think about that. Again, I'm not against esports. Quite the contrary. That's cool. I always like more joy being added to the world. But it gets harder and harder to care after a while. You know what I mean? I mean, I've been pushed out of WoW. And I've been pushed out of Here's the Storm. I've been pushed out of Overwatch. I really wanted to like Overwatch. There's really is a core greatness of Overwatch in Overwatch. It's just it's not for me, you know. It's coffee. There's a reason I have that saying. So what I'm left with is a game that is not being supported. That's Starcraft II, and a game that's coming out on the phone, which we've already talked about, and that's it. And that just kind of feels weird. No, it wasn't you, Grimoire. It was someone I didn't recognize. It was someone I had no idea who they were. This is a few months ago. So yeah, I'm at the strangest part of my life where I might stop being a Blizzard fan. Not because Blizzard's bad, but because Blizzard is not for me anymore. You know. Because if I'm honest, the only thing that I am legitimately excited about purchasing or playing from the entirety of Blizzard's lineup that they have announced currently for the entire next year is a remix of an old game. And that feels weird. Anywho, BlizzCon 2018. Oh yeah, and just to make my opinion clear, because I think I said this in chat, but I want to say this out loud. I don't care about Destiny 2 using Battle.net. The only thing that bothers me is that I can't get it off Battle.net. That's what bothers me. I want to just have an option to say, don't show this game. You know? In fact, I would like that option for all the games on Battle.net. You know what I mean? Do I think they'll ever make Diablo 4? At this point, I don't know. I have no idea. Back in my day, we didn't get games I liked. I got lucky with having the occasional game that happened to line up with my own interests. Dance yourself. Don't try to pull that crap with me, Dance yourself. I do not think things were better back in the day. Things were worse back in the day. I lived back in the day. I lived before I'd understood what a strategy game was and how much enjoyableness that was for me. I lived back in the day when all I could afford was to save up money from doing errands and chores and go out and rent one NES game every month for a couple days. No, things are better now. It just feels weird that I'm not really a Blizzard fan anymore. It just feels strange. I don't know what I should be feeling. Anyways, that's about all I got. I was going to go back to Red Dead, but god damn, that took a while, didn't it? We're basically at our end cutoff point for the stream for the day, so yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and cut it off. So, thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. EST, as usual, where we'll be going back with more Red Dead Redemption 2 in Spoilerland. I'm not going to say any spoilers because this isn't an RDR2 thing. So, see you tomorrow, guys.